Hi, I'm Amy Lombardo, Director of Global Campaigns for Diebold Nixdorf. I'm excited to come to you today from the show floor at Money 2020 here in Las Vegas, one of the largest payments conferences and opportunity to talk with fintechs about what is new and exciting in the payment space. I'm joined today by Richard Harris, Vice President of Design and Advanced Technology for Diebold Nixdorf. So thanks for joining me today, Richard.
You're welcome, Amy. It's great to be here.
So I see a really cool concept here, and we've seen the news. It's called Fusion, and you shared with me earlier you have 9 different use cases of how this concept is brought to life. So what do you want to show me specifically today?
Well, when we started thinking about Fusion, really started thinking about sort of what it is our business does, and really, what we're in the business of doing is helping our customers connect to their customers, be that using their own technology or using our self-service technology. And we do that, as you know, in the retail space, in the financial self-services, and today we're kind of looking at lockers and expanding our kind of scope even further. And so what we've done here, in order to kind of be able to demonstrate that breadth of capability from a hardware perspective, a software perspective, we can bring the professional services, the field support services all into play. We kind of had to think about how can we bring all of that into a space of this size. So we have this modular platform here where we feature 3 different base units and 3 different heads, and those different permutations there give us 9 configurations, and with each of those configurations we're showing a demonstration that kind of showcases some of the things that we do from a product portfolio today in the market.
So I see this, it looks like a fancy locker, but I'd really like to see how it works. So can you give me a demonstration?
Yeah, so at the moment we've got it paired with kind of our large kind of curved screen head. Here we're kind of exploring a little bit around some non-traditional displays. In the past we've kind of experimented with some small displays. Here we're going to the other extreme, and curved displays is kind of the new cool thing, so we wanted to bring that in. And we've got a very simple scenario here. Anybody that's been to a water park and such like that has probably used something like this. You don't want your mobile phone to enjoy that water experience. It doesn't really kind of do well with that. So a very, very simple scenario here. I can sort of basically reserve a locker. I'm going to request this for a period of time. So I'm going to reserve a locker for 4 hours. So I select the 4-hour period. It's $5 here. I can hit continue. In this instance I'm going to use cash. I could use a card or NFC. And then once I do that, it'll open my locker and I can store my goods. And then of course it would offer me a one-time PIN QR code so that I could recover those later on during the day.
Okay, so thanks, Richard. You showed us a great example of the concept Fusion in terms of the e-commerce locker example. Could you show me now another demonstration here with the different head varieties?
Of course. Why don't we move to a Samsung facial recognition demonstration?
Okay, great.
So if we
I love how versatile this is here with how you built this technology for demonstration.
It was probably seen as the simplest way that we could kind of bring all of this together in this one space. Certainly giving us a good workout as we move these around, but I think it's creating a lot of interest. It's a pretty unique way to kind of show this.
Okay, so Richard, we've moved on to another configuration here. So what are you going to demo for me now?
So what I've done here, Amy, is I actually took what we call our traditional head. Anyone that's familiar with an ATM, which is most of us, would not be, too sort of dissimilar. They'd easily recognize this. We have a PIN pad, a card reader, a receipt printer, an NFC, very traditional devices, and we've combined that with our cash handling technology. So basically what I've done here is I've configured this in the form of an ATM. The reason I've done that is I'm going to show you a new software feature that we have as part of our portfolio, which is the ability to pre-stage transactions and actually then redeem that using a biometric. And in this instance, I'm going to use my face to authorize that transaction. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and pre-stage a transaction. I just select my amount field here, and in this instance, I'm going to request $20, and I'm going to stage that withdrawal. And that's now set up in the transaction queue that I can now redeem later on when I attend an ATM at a later date. Okay, so I've gone ahead and, as I said, I've already taken the liberty of pre-staging that transaction, so I'm just going to jump straight to the more interesting part of that, which is the redemption. So this would be, my bank's own mobile application. Obviously, we have a mock-up of what that might look like. I simply offer my phone up to the NFC reader. What's going to happen here is the ATM is going to recognize that I've created that initiation. The screen on the ATM is telling me that I should refer to my phone to authorize that transaction, and now I have the facial recognition, it's running, so I just look into the screen, and it now takes us into our newly designed screens here, but traditional transaction set withdrawal, deposit, transfer, but over on this right-hand side, because I have a queued transaction, I can hit that queue button, and it actually will dispense that pre-configured amount. In this instance, I asked for $20. So another use case we're showing here is a food ordering system. You're able to select items from a menu, then pay using cash, credit card, or Apple Pay, or any of those technologies. That food order then gets queued, and you wait your time like you would at any normal fast food restaurant. This is representative of some products that we have in market today that are being deployed at some pretty large self-service fast food locations.
So thanks, Richard, for joining us and showing us the Fusion concept and the various use cases of how that can be brought to life.